Today we are going to talk about reading the fine manual. When I teach some instruments, how to get the hang of them, I always have to come to a point where I have to ask student if he or she has read the manual. Because to take the lyra as an example, how do you expect to get the hand on this if you didn't read the manual? Therefore, if you're serious about learning any synthesizer, even non-soma, you need to start by reading the fine manual, and to take it a step further, it's considered good practice to have it printed. Or to print it. If you have printer, you print it yourself. Just take a thick paper, not 80 grams centimeter square, or more like 100, 120. So, for example, this is my print of the lyra manual. It's single side. On the last side, you reverse it because it's the closing cover of the book, and you can also have them bounded at the print shop if you use a print shop. And the reason is to print is that there is something unique about learning on paper that you cannot get with the best tablet or computer screen reading the PDF, and it's more comfortable, just taking space, but still there is something about holding it. Like, for example, this I printed like maybe 5 years ago, and it has stains of some water or whatnot. It has history. You can write handwritten notes in them. It becomes more yours, and it's a bedside companion of your instrument. Obviously, you cannot play a synthesizer in the bed. That's a really different story. But, realistically, you cannot do that, but you can still prolong your relationship with the instruments by reading the manual in a place, not the bed, but different place than your musical practice place. So, but whether you print it or not, just read it. And I read these manuals not just once. When your instrument is new, you should go through the manual and do all the exercises just to get started, right? But if you own an instrument and the lyra is one instrument, when you get a hold of it, you will never want to sell it, so it stays with you for years on. You want to read the manual every few months. For example, I read these manuals every 6 months, every year, whatnot, and at every stage of your musical journey, a different passage from it will resonate with you. So that's one. And for example, for the soma pipe, I confess I only have printed 2 sheets, the one with the controls and connections. And I made a larger print. I took a picture with my phone, and with an app called Cam Scanner, I made it negative. So instead of white and black, it's black and white, so I could print it without sucking out half the ink of the black cartridge. And so instead of looking, when you get started, at the pipe every time, what does this button do? You have it in front of you, and it lets you continue to play and practice without breaking the sound flow. So I do have to fix this for collection. But because I had this instant connection with the pipe, I never even felt I had to print the manual. It's a different story for the lyra because it's more technical, and you have to actually learn what this knob does and what this knob does and whatnot. this is my Soma Cosmos manual. I mean, there's no point, nothing special about it. I just printed the PDF from the Soma website. And going through the manual, there is the famous acronym READ the fine manual, and this is the soft version of it. You should always, when you buy some instrument, don't read in diagonal. You have to go through it religiously, and this is your first base to learn the instrument. And most of my instruments you can learn by yourself. But the first step is to read the manual, because there is no other authority to any Soma instrument as the contents of the manual, and from there on you can take it whichever direction you want. So if you're okay with just the manual, just go ahead. If you still need help, I'm available for one-on-one lessons. More details in the videos down below, a link in the description. But whether you take any class with anybody or don't, please read the manuals. They've been written for a reason, and it's a huge tragedy for an instrument if it's balked and not played. If it's taking dust on the shelf and eventually sold to somebody else, it's a sad story for an instrument. It's bad history for the instrument. If you decide this instrument is right for me and I'm going with this, and don't even try, then don't buy it. If you do buy it, then give it a chance and read the manual, go through the exercise, and from there that's open field. You can do whatever you want. Keep playing music.